It's Madden NFL 24, where we'll see teams who have been division rivals since 1961. It's the Vikings and the Eagles under the lights on Thursday night.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
Minnesota's new coaching staff really leaned on Cousins for leadership and production, and the longtime vet was up to the pressure. 29 touchdowns, 4,500 yards, and a 13-win season, his best as a starter. Captain Kirk, he's quietly been one of the league's most productive passers the last few seasons.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8. Another carry now for Madison. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Miles Jack with a big-time hustle play there as he backs the offense up. Now Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. Only able to gain a couple there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Cousins. They're going back to the same wall. It's Hockenson again. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return is Ward. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And we already knew that Hurts was a good quarterback, but last year, he moved to elite status. Under his guidance, the Eagles returned to the Super Bowl and nearly won it. And he's also one of the league's most dangerous players, going for 38 touchdowns his last 2 seasons and run for another 23.
Andrew Booth making the tackle. Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd down and 6. On the option to give to Swift here. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Eagles had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Quez Watkins, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is, and we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2, so I would agree with you totally on that.
That's complete to K.J. Osborne. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. They'll go Madison up the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Throwing, Cousins. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down. Cousins to throw it. And they're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line, 1 yard away.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line, 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Cousins. He has his target. It's Addison. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Madison running on 1st down. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Cousins. And his throw here is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Touchdown, Vikings! KJ Osborne, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. That time a 9-play drive, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a give right side Swift. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. A quick throw here out to Brown. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter. Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Hurts to throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be. Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead. Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half,
but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. As it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. On the move past the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Hurts. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 36 yards. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And now out comes Minnesota. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. This defense really clamping down. Although they're losing the game still, this second half has been theirs.
And they're winning it. I almost equate it to being a boxer. And whenever you see a good fight.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Incredible to Graham. So long a key face of the Eagles defense. Came off serious injury and had a career-high 11 sacks last year. The Eagles, just the 4th team ever with 70 sacks in a season.
And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Ward to return. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. On 1st down, Hurts. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, 33 yards. And the Eagles have taken a 4th quarter lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The lone touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So Cousins and the Vikings down by 4. A minute 55 remaining. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. They'll start on the ground with Madison.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
He will push his way down to about the 14. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes it was a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the...
So for the Eagles, they make amends for their week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.